Hey, welcome back to more dating and relationship advice that's gonna knock your socks off. This is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com. Today we're gonna talk about something really cool. We're gonna talk about how to save your marriage and stop divorce. And make sure you stick around for tip number 6 because it is essential. Don't forget, also like the video, subscribe, and click the little button to turn on notifications so you know when these are coming out. So right after a wedding or a marriage, the most significant event is usually the birth of your first child. But for many, separation or divorce is also an unfortunate event. And you might hear it a whole bunch of different ways, like, I'm done, I'm through with this, I can't do this anymore. Of course, you hear those in breakups too. Those are all ways we tell our partner we've had enough and there's nothing left to do but end it. Now, of course, I want to help save you from getting to that point. So let's save a marriage. Tip number 1, clear out the garage. We all tend to use our garages to hold our junk and the stuff we don't really, just storage, right? We don't even put our cars there anymore. Well, the funny thing is we do the same thing in our relationships. We start to store all our pent-up feelings of anger, mistrust, and hurt, and we don't even put the cars in there anymore. The cars are our love. Resentment does build up in relationships, and we have to be very wary of letting it pile up. It's insidious, and it can destroy love over a very short period of time. You see, the real threat to a relationship is not the turning of love to hate. Both of them are strong emotions, but they're actually complementary. What we have to watch out is for love to fade out into nothing. That's when the garage is full of junk. Stop divorce. Tip number 2, make accommodations. When two people create a relationship, we often think that this means we're bringing our entire lifestyle from before into it. After all, we're supposed to be merging our lives together completely, right? Well, yes and no. Yes, they should make as much accommodation as possible, but not everything should fit in. Both you and your man need to make room for each other's needs, and you'll both have different needs along the way. If you reach the point of nearing separation or divorce, there's a good chance that one or both of you have felt like you've been giving too much to make the relationship work. And yes, this is usually the woman. To make that relationship work, you both have to work together to solve the differences where they appear. Save a marriage. Tip number 3, find the common ground. This tip falls on the heels of the last one in that you have to have something holding your relationship together. There needs to be a glue, a reason for you two to stick together. Yeah, love isn't quite enough. In order for you to keep your marriage together, you have to find the common ground between you that you share. Without it, we just wind up as two kind of loosely connected people, and eventually that's not going to be strong enough to keep your relationship going. You know, if you got the time, just take 30 minutes to write down what things are keeping you two together. Those are the things you have to focus on. It's worth saving your relationship for, isn't it? Stop divorce. Tip number 4, look at your feelings honestly. One of the big factors in a divorce is that one or both of the people in the relationship have turned to criticism when they feel that their requests have gone unheard long enough. When you don't feel that your partner is accommodating your needs and requests, you're going to get bitter about it. Criticism is another one of the insidious forces that will easily erode the goodwill in your marriage. Avoid divorce. Tip number 5, don't be the victim. One of the most frequent polarities that happens in divorce situations is that one or sometimes both people feel that they are the victim of the other one. It was all their fault, they say. How could you do this to me? The truth is, it's always a little bit of both of you. Don't be a victim in this situation. Take up the cause of finding the problem and fixing it. Anything else is just your whining about who's right and who's wrong, which you can do for the rest of your life after your divorce. Do you want to fix this thing or not? Save your marriage. Tip number 6, get back to you. Remember that fantastic, sexy, witty, funny, fun person he married? Well, I mean, you're still in there, right? I hate to tell you this, but if you let yourself go in appearance, or if you've changed in your moods or demeanors or your attitudes over the years, he's going to feel kind of hoodwinked, like you're not the person he married. This is one of the top 3 complaints that men have in relationships and marriages. They feel that the person they got together with turned out to be different than what they were led to believe before. Get back to your stable base of behavior. Establish your happiness in yourself so that he can't shake you up the same way. And then you can bring that back into your relationship to heal you. Clarity is essential for your relationship. Don't get divorced. Tip number 7, get the essential relationship skills. The reality is that almost nobody in the world goes out and seeks to get better at relationships. At least not in the way you go out to get a college degree, right? I mean, after all, we should just know this stuff. We should just know how to make relationships work. No? I'd say less than 1 in 100 people has high functioning relationship skills without consciously doing something to get them. We all assume that if we're in a relationship, we'll just know what to do. It'll just magically come to us, and it never does. Never does. When I found out this dark secret, I knew I had to help women and men to have better relationships. That's why I do what I do. And the best way to do that was to give you the communication and connection skills you need to keep your man adoring you no matter what. Now, if you'd like to discover the secrets of connecting with your man on a whole new level, so you can know what he's thinking, so you can know if there's anything wrong in your relationship before it turns into a fight or a breakup, so you can know he adores you even if you're fighting, you got to know these skills. Go to the link you see below me here, datingadviceguru.com/connection code report. Go read that report. It's very special, very important. And as always, do the big 3. You gotta, number 1, like this video, because this is great stuff. Number 2, make sure you subscribe so you can keep getting them. And number 3, turn on the notifications, that little bell icon, so you can keep finding out when I've got new stuff. Otherwise, you might miss it. Real important. Hey, this is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com/connection code report. I'll be talking again soon. As always, live and love with passion.